All right, we're going to get started with our post-race media availabilities here at Michigan International Speedway for today's Consumers Energy 400. We are joined by Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota, who finished in third place today here at Michigan. We will open it up to questions. Please raise your hand. We will get a wireless mic to you. We'll start off in the front with Bob.
Bob Honkers, ESPN. Is third a good day, or when you're 4 seconds behind Harvick all day, it's like,
I was in front of him for like 5 laps. Okay. Jesus, Bob.
So for those 5 laps, it was a good day?
Yeah, I actually drove away from him for a couple laps there before that caution came out. I don't know how many laps we led or when we were in front of the 4, but it definitely seemed like whoever got out front just could kind of take off, and if you were the fastest car like the 4 was, there was nobody that was going to be able to come close to you and do anything with you. You know, there were some moments there. That last run, once it got strung out, I mean, everybody was eight lengths apart, 8 lengths apart, 8 lengths apart, 8 lengths apart, and you know, you couldn't get any closer than that. You were just at an air deficit from being able to get air on your car from the car in front of you and just lacking grip, so you just weren't able to make up time. But yeah, I mean, it's Michigan. Take that with a grain of salt for us. This isn't our best place, so we don't necessarily think we're going to come here and be a dominant force, and coming out of here with a third is fine for us. We can take solace in that, I guess, and go on into next week.
Any additional questions for Kyle? We'll go in the back there.
She'll have to call on you.
Dom Joseph, Racing Rookery. Kyle, we're going to Bristol next week, and we all know how successful you are there. So do you feel like you're in perfect position to respond to Harvick's win?
Yes and no. I mean, certainly Harvick's been fast there too. I think he won there a couple years ago, but you know, obviously we're kind of on a hot streak with Bristol. We love going there. You know, I would like to think that we can go there, be fast, and be able to respond. Absolutely. So we'll see what we can do getting there, and hopefully having a fast race car and doing what we normally do there, and just try to stay out of trouble. It's a tough place to stay out of trouble.
We'll come back down here.
Dave Mitchell, the Brooklyn Exponent newspaper. Kyle, you just made reference that Michigan is just not a strong track for you. Why is that?
I'm not sure. I think mainly because it's just so one groove-ish nowadays that, you know, I won the last race here on the old asphalt before they went and repaved it. And that day I had my own groove all to myself. I was the 4th lane. It was 1 lane off the wall, and it was my own groove, and I could go there, and nobody else was kind of running there. People were coming in and out, or running lower or running higher or whatever. So that's when you can make up time on a guy like today. You know, trying to run down the 12 or the 2, or anybody in front of us for that matter. You're following them. You know, you're trying to keep your left front headlight out a little bit, which is only giving you like 20% air rather than 100% air, and having 20% air versus the guy in front of you having 100% air, it's just, you're not going anywhere with that. You know, there's no speed in that, so you got to have all the downforce you can get.
Do we have any final questions for Kyle? There's one right back there.
Tyler Reamer, WKTN. You mentioned that this is a one single groove. When do you think we'll be able to see Michigan widen out into more passing lanes?
I would have hoped that it would have been a little bit wider than what it is now. It certainly widened out throughout our race, but throughout the truck race or the weekend, it didn't widen out very much. So I don't know. Best guess, 10 years.
All right, Kyle. Well, thanks for joining us today. We are also joined by our second place finisher, Brad Kozlowski, driver of